you take off this one, we can accept and then we will take the registration and we can call the police, identify it. But you are not taking, that way we will call the police.
So you would take the coin if I take the mask off?
Yeah, because we don't know the first. Then we can't identify it.
But
the CCTV also not identify your face.
But CCTV doesn't have to identify myself to use legal tender. And you've said that you'll take it. You said you'll take it if I take my mask off. Yeah. Hi pal, you okay?
Yes, sir.
Number 8.
£20
Get ready to witness a tense audit showdown inside a BP store where a simple transaction spirals into a full-blown confrontation. It all begins when the auditor offers a £5 coin, a legal tender, but the cashier refuses to accept it unless he removes his mask. The moment is sharp, awkward, and telling. The auditor...
You can accept this one. It's a £20. Coins £20. No, we are not accept. You can give the post office or bank. It's not accept.
I'll move out the way so you can serve this customer.
Okay.
You can't accept it. It's legal tender though.
No, legal, but we are not sending any message or anything on the web or news or anything. We are not buying.
You don't accept legal tender?
Yeah, so we don't know anything about that.
I'll step out the way.
Not allowed that. Because we don't know anything.
You don't know nothing about it?
Yeah.
The £20 coin is legal tender though.
But we don't know anything. You have to take off the mask, please.
I can't take off the mask, no. You can't ask me to do that. You have to pay. I haven't got any other form of payment though. It's just that.
It's not legal money. First time
Legal money. It is legal money.
We don't know any information about that. We can't take that.
That £20 coin has the same legal tender status as like a £5 note.
Yeah, I know.
As the discussion continues, the auditor presses the cashier, calmly but firmly reminding them the coin is legal tender. The worker, unsure and untrained, admits they don't know anything about it. The uncertainty grows with each question. No one in the store can confidently explain their refusal.
But you just said that it is legal. You're saying it's not legal, but before you said you know it is legal tender.
But we can't identify your face. You have to take off the mask first. Otherwise, we will call the police now. Panic button. We will press that's coming police. Then you can talk the police. We can't argue with you. Okay? This is not legal. No, it's called you can't enter in the shop with mask. Legal, you know that one.
It's illegal?
Yeah.
Where's the sign?
Sign is outside.
Right. I won't be taking the mask off.
Okay. This one not taking allowed. If you want, we will call the police.
It's
police is
BP.
coming. You can give the answer, okay?
No need to call the police. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, because you are
really
not
is.
taking the mask. That's the problem.
I don't need.
This is not legal. We don't know. We don't know any information about that.
But you said it is legal. You admitted that. You do know.
It's legal, but
It is,
not
yeah.
taking any petrol station or any bank or anything.
I checked with BP before coming here.
The auditor now tightens his questions, cornering the staff with logic. You said it is legal tender, he reminds them. But instead of clarity, the situation slips further into contradiction. The staff insist they cannot take it, and in desperation, they announce they're calling the police. The auditor refuses to unmask, standing by his rights. In this,
He is hiding the face.
Because it's cold.
Inside not cold, outside only cold. Okay, we are staying here without mask. Every customer is coming without mask. Why you are hiding?
Because
your face?
it's part of my clothing. I don't need to take it off. I checked with BP before coming here. I didn't.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that 999?
Charge me for pump 3. Or pump 1.
Tension sharpens as staff declare it's illegal to wear a mask. The auditor pushes back, amused but steady, replying that he's simply cold. The statement exposes a lack of understanding from the staff, policy mistaken for law. It's a moment that perfectly captures how quickly small misunderstandings can turn into bold, baseless.
Yeah, this one not accept. You have to send the Royal Mint. That one. This is not accept.
You don't send them to the Royal Mint.
No,
you don't do that.
We can't do it.
The Royal Mint is who gives you them.
Yeah, we can't do it. That's why police said we can't accept this one because that one only they're using the Royal Mail.
Well, the police can't give you civil advice.
Yeah,
so
you have to check the address and everything, but you have to send this one for the Royal Mint because not the legal. This one legal, you can't use anyone.
It is legal. It is legal tender.
Not getting.
It is legal tender. It's the same legal tender status as a £10 note, £5 note.
Also not taking. Bank also not taking. They said.
They do.
Yeah.
They can.
No.
They can.
They don't do.
They can. Now, I did check at BP before coming here that BP do take them.
We are working here. Nobody taking like this. First time I saw this one.
It might be the first time you've seen it, but it is legal tender. You can bank that coin.
No, this one not taking anyone. You have to send only Royal Mail. You can just that one. You not can.
Royal Mint is who issues the coins, so you don't send it to the Royal Mint.
This one not send.
As the argument lingers, the staff double down, suggesting the coin be sent to the Royal Mint. The auditor, now fully in control of the facts, calmly educates them on what legal tender means and even cites previous confirmations from BP itself. The exchange becomes a lesson in preparation. One side standing firm with research and evidence, the other relying on assumption. It's a defining moment where ignorance meets accountability.
The police are coming.
Yeah.
999.
Yeah, because you are hiding the face mask. If you remove it, okay, you can go. But you are not face hiding, no?
Well, I did ask your colleague whether he wanted me to stay inside or not, and he says stay inside.
Not sign, but we can't identify this your face. Why you are wearing that one?
Because I want to.
Huh?
Because I want to, and it's cold.
Cold is outside only. Here, not cold.
Well, I want to.
It's up to you. You can accept, and we will take the registration, and we can call the police, identify. But you are not face taking. That way we will call the police.
So you would take the coin if I take the mask off?
Yeah, because we don't know the first. Then we can't identify.
But
the CCTV also not identify your face.
But CCTV doesn't have to identify myself to use legal tender. And you've said that you'll take it. You said you'll take it if I take my mask off. Yeah.
The auditor revisits the key contradiction, replaying their earlier words. You'll take it if I take my mask off. It's a powerful tactic, forcing the staff to confront their own inconsistency. Their silence speaks volumes. This loopback serves as proof, not just of confusion, but of how irrational a stance can sound when repeated back word for word. The tension in the...
Good, thank you. Yeah.
Good.
We've got a little issue. Sorry. What's happened, sir?
I don't know, ask them. No idea.
What are they? Have you paid for fuel, sir? Yeah. Have you put your fuel in?
I have, yeah. And I've paid, yeah.
Right. Has he just tried to pay with them?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
So
what are they?
It's a £20 coin.
Never seen them in my life.
So it's from the Royal Mint, so the same place that all legal tender comes from. It's got the same legal tender status that any other money has.
Never seen one of these in my life.
Can I take your collar number, sorry?
Yeah, 3130. Sorry.
And you're from Middlesbrough Station, are you?
No, I'm from Stockton. Stockton Police Station.
I was asked the post office. They said they are not accept this one.
Yeah, I don't think they would either, to be honest with you. Have you got any other means of payment at the minute?
I don't know. Can I ask why you didn't tell me before you...
The police enter the scene, and the tone shifts instantly. The auditor directs them to speak with the staff, signaling his confidence. What follows is a quiet yet tense moment. Officers assessing a situation they likely expected to be straightforward, now faced with a civil dispute wrapped in legal nuance. This segment marks the turning point. From a customer challenge...
The first available opportunity.
No, we don't.
You do?
Have you got that from somewhere? Have you read that up somewhere? Or?
Yes, your policy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, at the minute, we're obviously videoing everything because we've been called to an incident. Immediate response where there's some ongoing issue with payment, whether it's a domestic...
999?
Well, that's what's coming as, yeah.
Wow.
Well, we just didn't know what was happening. There was an altercation in the shop, so we've arrived on that instance.
But you've still got to tell someone at the first available opportunity that you're recording, and you didn't.
Well, we don't have to tell you. We turn our body cameras on 30 seconds before any incident. So these pre-record technically when we're in the vehicle.
But you do have to tell them before you start recording.
We don't. Are you going to give me your name?
I'm not, no.
Right, okay.
Because
is there a reason for that?
Because it's a civil matter, and it's not.
The conversation takes a legal turn as the auditor questions the officers about their body cams, pointing out they've failed to announce recording at the first opportunity, a breach of standard procedure. The officer's hesitation is noticeable. This moment is subtle but sharp, a test not of aggression, but of professionalism. It's here that the power dynamic wavers. The one being questioned begins questioning back.
Something that the police can get involved in.
To a degree, you're right. It is a civil matter. We can deal with it a different way, but obviously, ultimately, you haven't paid for your fuel.
I have.
But they're not accepting that money.
But that's up to them to accept it. If they decline...
They've obviously run the post office and they've declined that. Ultimately, it's a civil issue, but if you're not willing to give us your details, then how do we know that you're going to resolve the civil issue at a later date? If you're happy to give us your details, then we can look at the civil issue at a later date.
But that's a civil issue. That's nothing for the police to get involved in.
But we don't know your details, do we? So you could technically escape from here and never come back and never deal with that issue. Then you'd be circulated as wanted for that, won't you, for making off without payment?
That's not a police issue at the minute.
It is. It is a police issue because you've not paid for fuel. So there's still an offence there of that you've not paid for your fuel.
But I have paid. I've gave them.
But you've gave them this coin. Yeah. Which ultimately they've spoke to the post office and they've decided that it's not a reasonable amount of payment for your fuel. So at the minute we're sort of hands are tied, yeah? Agree with you on...
After acknowledging it's a civil issue, officers begin shifting their language, suggesting a potential offense since payment hasn't been made. The framing slowly changes from misunderstanding to accusation. The auditor challenges the logic. If the coin is legal tender, how is this a crime? The tone grows heavier, signaling the officer's uncertainty between enforcing the law and resolving a policy dispute.
Is that for me as well?
I'm not too sure. Potentially, yeah, I'm not too sure.
Oh my god.
Could be a different job, but I don't actually know who that is, if I'm honest with you. It must be. I wasn't aware somebody else was travelling, so...
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Shall we move out the way?
If you want to move back here, that's not a problem, yeah, out the way.
Just interrupting people.
So you're going to give us your details?
Are your cameras on blue lights?
Yeah. So basically, he's trying to pay with this. They've run the post office and said that it doesn't really exist, you can't pay with that. No. He obviously won't give us our details. I've explained to him to a degree it is a civil matter, however, if he does make off and he doesn't give us our details, we're struggling for any sort of civil issue at a later date. Any details and making off without payment, yeah. So I've explained if he does give us his details and we know where he is and we can contact him at a later date, hopefully this issue can get resolved. No. He's obviously not really wanting to do that at the minute.
Because it's a civil issue and it's nothing for the police to get involved in.
But you're still going to make off, aren't you? Technically without payment, but if we can get your details...
But I have paid.
But you haven't...
And it is their policy to accept the £20 coin.
Has he paid?
Policy? No, he hasn't.
Right, if you haven't paid, and if you walk out the door now...
The first direct threat arrives. An officer warns the auditor that if he leaves without paying, he will be arrested. The auditor insists he has paid, refusing to concede. It's a classic standoff. One side anchored in legal principle, the other clinging to authority. The conversation sharpens, and you can sense the stakes rising. What began as confusion now edges toward coercion.
Being quite respectful to you. I appreciate you have to a degree, and I appreciate that from yourself. You haven't been argumentative with me, and I appreciate that you've been a normal human being. However, we need
I don't
a
intend to.
solution.
No.
No, I know you
If
appreciate
you
that.
can pay for the fuel now by other means, then that's fair enough. It'll be the end of the matter.
Or if you can give us your details and we can deal with it at a slower time, we can offer you that. But if you're not willing to do either any, then we're struggling with what we have left to do.
Because we can't let you walk out that door without paying. But
We don't know where you live, you might not even be from around here, I'm not saying you are, but you know what I mean, we have people where they'll make off and then they won't give us our details and then we're going to struggle. And we're still going to have that £20 of fuel, unfortunately, with this BP garage outstanding.
Which car is it?
But I have paid for the fuel.
But you haven't paid for
You
the
haven't
fuel.
paid for
Which
fuel.
one?
Right, we're going round in circles, aren't we?
We are, unfortunately, yeah. But we're trying. So where have you read this policy then? Tell me about that education side of what you know.
It's not up to me to educate you on
Well,
their
you're
policy.
telling me it's their policy, so I'm just asking,
Yeah.
what's your policy? You got a policy? If he's saying you've got a policy, is there a policy here?
He said he doesn't know about it, but I've checked with BP head office before
Right,
coming.
Who did you contact from BP head office?
But it's not,
Speak to a
it's not up to me
person,
to tell you that. It's up to them.
Well, you either engage with us and we deal with it, because one minute you're saying it's a reason to pay with this, but then you're not backing yourself up with a reason as to what that is. You've said you've contacted head office, appreciate that if that's what you've done, you've gone out your way and done that.
Yeah.
But we don't know which head office, when.
The focus turns to BP's official stance. The auditor confidently recalls contacting the company's head office, confirming the coin's acceptance. The police, skeptical, demand evidence. The tone is investigative but impatient. In this back and forth, the viewer sees a clear imbalance. A citizen citing facts and precedent, officers relying on immediate proof. It's a striking example of how prepared auditors can expose those enforcing rules they don't fully understand.
Without payment, because they will not accept this as payment.
But I don't have to identify for a civil issue.
It technically isn't a civil issue though, is it? When you leave and you don't pay, you haven't paid for your fuel. We've got the payment here, which isn't acceptable. So really, you haven't paid at the minute.
Well, I have, because I've handed the coin over.
Right.
So I haven't got that in my possession, and I've contacted BP head office
Okay.
before coming here.
Right. And was that today then, or?
No,
So when was that then? So you've contacted BP head office before you've come in.
correct.
Right. So did you contact them today, or was it yesterday, or last week, or?
It's not up to me to say that. It's not up to the police
Well,
to
we've
do
give
it.
you options, haven't we? So we either work with an option. You are?
But it would be an unlawful arrest though, because it's a civil issue.
Hi, Sarge, just Jessie free to speak. You right here. Just a quick one. We just let me. Oh, you're not free to speak.
Can you tell me why you didn't warn me about your body camera as well?
I've told you already.
Body was on it.
But why didn't you tell me?
Basically saying we haven't told them.
Why didn't you tell me?
I don't need to tell you.
Swap.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
It's part of your policy, you do.
No, it's not.
At the first reasonable opportunity.
Go on.
As the exchange intensifies, the auditor refuses to give identification, calmly reminding officers that civil disputes don't require personal details. They respond by reframing the issue, calling it a failure to pay. The walls close in. This is where composure meets pressure. Each statement from the auditor reinforces his rights. Each response from police tightens the threat of arrest.
The option is that you pay,
But I have paid.
but you haven't paid because that's not.
But if I've got a civil agreement with the company prior to coming, that's nothing to do with you.
I don't understand the civil agreement. Why would the if it's not money, it's not money.
But it is.
That's why I'm getting confused. How's it money?
Do you understand what the £20 coin is?
No, that's why I'm confused.
Well, why are you threatening me for arrest then, if you don't know?
Because it's not money.
It is.
Right. We'll agree to disagree. At the end
You
of the,
don't know that. It is. It's
Right.
legal tender, the same as a £20 note and a £10 note.
right. And who did you speak to from the BP garage, the manager?
It's a Royal Mint who issued that £20 coin.
Right. Okay.
So it's the same money as any other money. She has the packaging.
That's fine. I've
It's
seen
given
it,
by
but
the Royal
like
Mint.
I've said, I've never saw it before.
The Royal Mint make £20 notes, £10 notes.
Right. Okay. But I'm not aware of it, and that's why we're having.
But then you're threatening me for arrest because you don't know. You can't do that.
Well, if you get someone on the phone to me who you've spoken to earlier, then we can kind of end the matter here, can't we?
But if it's a civil issue, I don't need to assist you.
But at the minute we don't know it's a civil matter.
But I don't need to assist you in a civil issue.
But you do, because it then turns into a police matter because we don't know that kind.
But if
this is what I'm getting at.
But if there's a civil agreement,
of being arrested because you haven't given us details, and you're going to walk out that door, and it's technically a failure to pay.
But then it'll be a civil. But then I'll sue you.
Well, that's fine. If you want to sue us, that's fine.
Unlawful arrest.
Like I said, we've been honest with you, and out in terms of which way we can go. The staff here have been very honest. Okay, and all I'm saying is, if you get the person on the phone who you spoke to earlier with the agreement, then that could be the end of the matter. But as far as I do, then technically, if you walk out the door, it's going to be a make without payment.
He's already accepted to take it.
You haven't accepted to take it. No, haven't accepted to take it.
He said.
Sorry? Hasn't accepted to take it.
He said if I take me.
So.
He said if I take my mask off, he would take it.
You are and you're right. At this moment in time, it's a civil issue. We know that. However, this isn't a means of payment. So once you walk out that door and you choose not to pay, then it becomes a criminal matter of making off without payment.
But he's already accepted
we're
it.
not talking about that. We're talking about
messing around
what
here.
we've got.
It's ridiculous, really.
He said he would take it.
But he's not.
If I take my mask off.
Right, no, that's not what we're saying. We're saying
what he said.
Well, if you can wear a mask all you want, it's COVID still, so we have no issue.
But he said he would take it if I take my mask off.
Right, well,
and I don't need to take my mask off.
Well, true, you don't need to take your mask off, but we weren't here when that happened.
But he said he would take it.
We're going off a matter. We're going off a different matter now. You walk out that door, becomes a criminal matter, and you get arrested for make off without payment.
Or you give us your details.
The confrontation peaks. The auditor calls out the unlawful threat, declaring the police are turning a civil disagreement into a criminal matter. Officers repeat their stance. Leave without paying, face arrest. The loop continues, tension mounting with every repetition. It's a battle of endurance now. The auditor holding firm, the officers unwilling to back down. The longer it goes, the clearer it becomes. One side understands the law, the other clings to authority.
You didn't tell me when you sort of rang them and what their policy is when I've asked you.
There is one on them.
But I don't need to assist you.
Once you leave the situation, it is making off without payment. I can't be any more reasonable with you and give you some sort of options that we can go.
But I don't need to assist you. I don't need to assist the police in a civil matter.
It's a civil matter until you leave. And you are choosing not to pay, so it comes into a criminal matter of making off without payment. If you want to know what it's called, it's like bilking. We call it bilking here.
That's why I contacted BP head office before coming. Are you listening?
I am listening, yes, but my sergeant's talking to me.
Well, tell him you're busy.
Yes, go ahead. One of my colleagues here, there's two of us.
I'm on comms. Right, Linda, I'll get back to you.
You are sorry.
Right, okay, that's perfect. I'll let you know what happens. Cheers, my dear, thank you, bye-bye. Bye.
The reason I contacted BP before this is to stop this from happening.
Right, but I
contacted them beforehand.
Right, but do you understand that it has happened, and now obviously we're kind of in a predicament that if you walk out that door, then it is a bilking. So you will be liable for an arrest because we don't know who you are. And that is not a matter of payment in our kind of eyes. That's all I'm saying to you.
Well, so in your eyes,
you're not being reasonable like we're being reasonable to you. You haven't given us your name. We don't know who you are, and you're saying that you're going to walk out those doors without paying. So then you are liable for an arrest.
But I have paid though.
But you haven't paid.
With a legal tender.
But you haven't paid. We're going around in circles. You're just going to disagree with everything I say to you. So
likewise.
Well, exactly. So that until we kind of clarify with our supervision what's going to happen, there's no point going around in circles, is there?
Well, there isn't, no.
Right.
But to stop the dishonest part is the reason why I contacted BP beforehand, so we didn't have this. So if you arrest me for a civil matter when they've already agreed to take the money...
It's not a civil matter when you walk out that door.
But they've already agreed to take it.
We're going around in circles again, aren't we? You're going around in circles. We're going around the same thing over and over. You're saying to me that it is a payment, and I'm saying to you it's not.
Well, I've got it on camera, but he said that he would take it if I take my mask off.
It doesn't matter.
And I don't have to take my mask off.
No, you don't. I'm not saying you have to take your mask off, but I'm not talking about that topic. I'm talking about that if you walk out...
The debate circles again, each side repeating their position. The auditor insists they agreed to take the coin. Police push harder for details, warning of consequences. It's a stalemate, logic versus command. Frustration seeps through the tone, yet the auditor never loses composure. This is the moment where the true test of accountability plays out, under pressure in plain view.
because they don't have any ID from you, they can't see your face. So even if you were to leg out, how would we ever be able to identify you?
But I don't need to identify myself to use legal tender.
No, but when you walk out that door and you refuse to pay, then it becomes a matter because you're willing to give us your name.
But
no. There's other ways we can go about this. If you give us your name, you can be interviewed as a voluntary tender. If you were to walk out that door, that's what I'm saying to you is, if you provide us with your details, it can go a different way. If you walk out that door without giving us your name, then it's a criminal matter because you haven't given us your details and it's technically a bilking.
But I've got a civil agreement.
It's right. I'm not going around in circles talking. I'm sorry, but I'm not going around in circles talking about the civil agreement.
Well,
right,
I'm not either.
This is the ultimatum. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to tell him now. So, if you're happy to give the staff, not us, give the staff your details, then yes, it is a civil issue. If you're happy to give them your details right now, name, contact number, that's a civil issue. However, if you choose not to, you choose to leave here, you are committing a criminal offence of making off without payment, which you can be arrested for.
Even if I've got a prior agreement to use it?
We're not going to go on all the time because I've asked you about head office, you've refused to give me that, you've refused to give me your name, you're just being plain, blatant awkward.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Very awkward.
You are, we're not stupid, you've got a camera on, we're not silly.
I don't need to identify myself for a civil issue.
You can keep your mask on all you want, I don't care.
You're not listening to a word we're saying here.
What, are you offering to give
because
the
you're
staff,
wrong.
not myself, not my colleague, the staff your name and contact number?
No.
Right, so we have one option but two will lock you up then.
Well, I've got a civil agreement in the background.
You can prove that at court.
That's fine, you can prove that at court.
We'll get the staff's details now and we'll go from there then. I gave you plenty of chances.
It's going to be an unlawful arrest.
It's not going to be a lawful arrest.
It is. It is.
That's fine.
Because I can prove that it's not being...
The final refusal lands. The auditor firmly states he doesn't need to identify himself for a civil issue. The police respond with the ultimate threat: "We'll lock you up." It's the final line before the fall, a moment where legal knowledge meets brute insistence. The air is heavy with inevitability. The arrest is coming.
Am I being detained?
Not at this precise minute in time, no. Jess, do that in a bit.
I've got your number. I'll ring you then. Right, hold on. Do you want to move your... Thank you. One last chance. We're going to give... You don't have to give me your details, just give the staff your name and contact number, that's all you need to do.
I don't need to do that.
Okay.
So you're refusing to do
for
that?
a civil issue, I don't. I don't.
Right, well this moment in time, you're currently under arrest for making...
The arrest unfolds without resistance. The auditor narrates calmly, documenting every second. He's taken to the station, but the twist arrives. The custody sergeant refuses detention, confirming what the auditor claimed all along. The civil matter never justified the arrest. It's vindication through patience and principle. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.